Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is GSX Roberts, and today I'm just going to show you my daily driver. It's a 2005 Mustang GT with the 4.6 3-valve. Of course, you don't see these things too often nowadays because everyone's switched over to the 5.0s or pretty much anything but 4.6s. It's kind of sad actually because this is actually a cool car. I know it's not, it ever was the fastest thing to ever come out. It's just kind of one of those unfortunate things that happens with over time. Whenever new cars come out, they usually replace the old ones. So, but aside from that, I've got a few things done to her. It's nothing, nothing mind-blowing. It probably won't even stack up to more than half the cars on YouTube. So, this isn't anything special. What I've done to it, just a few things. I've got boiler long tube headers, an off-road H-pipe, and chambered mufflers, pretty much just like full exhaust. Of course, you're under the hood. I just got an intake. Then Steeda underdrive pulleys. You can't really see them, but they're actually kind of cool because you can actually see the the degree of your crankshaft in relation to your cams. So it's super helpful if you ever plan on doing cams in the future, which actually is something I'm thinking about, because the one thing is I noticed there aren't too many, ever since this pretty much got replaced by the 5.0, there really aren't too many videos on how to do certain things. And I know exhaust is pretty much universal for almost any car. I mean, at least these kind of cars, at least. But I'm talking like cams, superchargers, stuff like that. We'll see where this goes. I don't know. I can't decide if I want to sell it or not. It's been my daily for a while, and it's held up pretty well, I'd say, over the years. All right, anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and drive this thing. She sounds good. That's one thing I've always appreciated about 3-valves. I know they get a lot of hate because, I don't know, I think the 3-valve is like the new 2-valve. And I'll be honest, both cars are actually really cool. Back when these came out, the 2-valves were pretty much put to shame. And people talking about 2-valves when the 2-valve was actually not a bad car. It just, was underpowered. Kind of like this. I mean, not that this has much more power either. One thing that this probably has over a 5.0, stock for stock. Maybe not completely stock, but at least just comparing them side by side is the sound. I don't know why, but for some reason, I have always loved the way 3-valves sound. Because I don't know why, but I just couldn't help but think when the 5.0 first came out, they sound like they're underwater. And I'm not hating on 5.0s at all, because I love the Coyote platform, and they do sound good. It's just a lot different than something like this or like an old school V8. But yeah, they sound like they're underwater. Like if you ever just hear a 5.0 start up, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that really deep, just boom, 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 boom. That's how I always thought Coyote sounded like. Anyway, I know a lot of people talk about the 3-valve, and it's not it's not the fastest car around. It's not something that people typically modify nowadays. They can be modified. It just takes a ton of work to actually make this thing quick on the track. And it's not a slouch. I mean, it's no slouch, but it's not, up to today's standards, it's not the fastest thing around. But at the same time, I don't care about having the fastest car or the fastest vehicle. I've enjoyed driving this over the years, and that's really all that's mattered to me. Yeah, if you guys ever follow, there's a guy on YouTube, I still watch his videos. I think his name's Nate Ryder, and he actually had an 07 for like a basically the same model my car is, 3-valve. He had it for I don't know how long, but he had a pretty cool build series going on with that. I think at one point it was cammed. I want to say it was supercharged, and I can't remember if he was like having issues with it or not, but he sold it, and since then now has it's either a 2013 or 2014 GT500. But yeah, I'll put his link in the description if you guys ever want to check him out, because he actually he's got some pretty cool builds. I've always appreciated people who can take, make the most out of something, no matter how big or small it is. And one thing that annoys me is people who hate on other builds just because it's like a stereotypical thing. And there's exceptions to the rule. Like, the common thing going around, at least in the muscle car world, is like, or just in general, is just being that guy who has the Mustang, which is, just somebody completely obnoxious who doesn't know how to drive, who, just crashes into crowds all the time. I've never been that guy, but, I also own a Gixxer. This happens to be the platform I chose, and since then I haven't really had any complaints about it. I actually like both both platforms. Like, I thought about switching over to Camaro, but at the same time I'm still just kind of figuring out what I want to get next, because I can't figure out if I want to sell this or if I want to keep it and figure out, maybe start a build. But at the same time, I'm also considering my other options for other cars, So maybe hopefully one day I can actually have more of a clear path set for what I want to do, if that makes sense. Because, I don't want to just start making random videos just because. I want to actually have a purpose, purpose for what I drive, what I want to do, and what I want to accomplish. And that's just really what it comes down to. Anyway, I don't really know. This video isn't supposed to be that interesting. It's just kind of me talking about my car. I'm pretty sure that Mustangs will always have a special place in my heart, just because this was the first car that really got me into cars. Just getting involved in car meets and meeting people and learning things, maintenance and performance, all that kind of stuff was because of this car. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, like this Mustang is like, it's the best car in the world, because I know it's not, and I know it doesn't stack up to, like I said, half the cars on YouTube, but to me it means much more than that. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more car videos or more bike videos, like I said, I'm most likely going to be doing motovlogs. But I thought I would just throw out and show you guys my daily driver, give the 3-valve some love. Yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.